It is said that reading is to mind what exercise is to body. From the past couple of years, I'm trying to make a conscious effort to take myself away from all the screens and try to read as many books as possible. If I remember my childhood, books have been one of the best companions that I've ever had. And then we grew up, technology came, and then now we have not one, two, multiple screens to take all our attention away. And it requires absolutely nothing. We just sit in front of the screen, we click on a button, and there is this huge inflow of information. Sometimes information that we do not even need at that time. I know it's very hard to try and get a book in your hand and read and focus. I've been trying a couple of tips and tricks to get back to reading, and this podcast is one of my ways to express what I felt after reading a book. I was seeing this book everywhere for the past couple of years. Always on the crossword bestseller section, in the home of every book lover, in the hands of all influencers, on all aesthetic Instagram feeds. It was like there was no good place without this book. I have already said this multiple times in all my book blogs that I usually love to read books with stories. And philosophical books kind of make me a little bit dizzy. For this valid reason, I had delayed reading this international bestseller for a long time. After a successful dream-like concert last weekend, while healing from my muscle injury, I finally got my hands on this book and I finished it in one day. Ikigai, this book is a definition of simplicity. You should try and hold this book in your hand to try and understand what I'm about to say right now. The hardcover book by Penguin is light in weight with a beautiful readable font, and it feels as light on your mind as it does in your hands. I love the books which make you feel this way. Like India, Japan is known for its traditional values, wisdom and knowledge dating back to centuries. From technological advancement to normal daily living, we see references of Japanese philosophies everywhere. I was first introduced to a Japanese philosophy called Pokayoke, which is mistake proofing or error prevention, by my dad when he used to work in the automotive sector. I remember being fascinated by the simplicity yet effectiveness of the technique. Next in line was Kaizen while doing my MBA, which is a Japanese philosophy of continuous improvement. Later on, my curiosity was evoked by the variety of phrases and terms of Japanese origins for so many simple facets of life. Ikigai is one of them. In simple words, Ikigai is the reason we get up in the morning. This book cruises through real life experiences of a number of people who have lived across 100 years and tries to find a secret towards a long life. It is a beautiful read with no complex words, and I urge every one of you to read it at least once. So Ikigai is the golden center of what you love, what the world needs, what you can be paid for, and what you are good at. So basically it combines passion, mission, vocation and profession. The book explains and describes a lot of terms, but I am going to mention my 9 takeaways from this book, which I wish to document for my own sake. Nurturing friendships, eating light, getting enough rest and doing regular moderate exercise are all a part of equation of good health. But the heart of the joie de vivre that inspires these centenarians to cherish every new day is their Ikigai. The 80% rule of eating is one of the profound secrets. Eating only till 80% of your stomach is full and stopping when you are a little hungry. The concept of moderate movement, not exercise. Moving throughout your life is necessary. Sedentary lifestyle is what is causing all these modern day problems for us. Mental exercise, learning something new all the time, getting away from mundaneness and challenging your brain to do something new all the time. Cherishing relationships and being socially active and codependent. Celebrating small things together with your loved ones. Beyond resilience, the concept of anti-fragility. This concept was so interesting that I urge every inquisitive mind to read this book at least for this concept. Connection with nature. Every person in the village of longevity, Ojimi in Japan, owns his or her own vegetable garden and grows his or her own vegetables. The power of being in the now and finding your flow, something which makes you lose track of time, is commendable. Have you read this book? Would love to know your thoughts. See you in the next podcast. You're listening to the Simply Saee podcast.